Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about last week. Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it now, would not let me on, so I couldn't start the space. Today is February 28th, but it is not the last day of February because it's a leap year. So, one extra day in this month. I hope that it has served you well thus far. And if not, I hope you have an amazing February 29th. Today, the AUM is 359.8 million. The elephant MCAP is 212.4 million. The treasury is at 42 million. Trunk supply is at 109 million. And the trading volume is $172,345 in the past 24 hours. Ed, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Josie?
I'm doing well.
Hey, I wonder what it's like to have a birthday on February 29th.
You're forever young.
That's
or
right.
younger than your peers.
You get a lot less gifts, though. A lot less.
Yeah.
That's like having your birthday on Christmas, I think. You know, it's kind of like, how do you split it up? Do you still get one gift for that one birthday and then the rest are Christmas, the other way around?
That is tricky.
When's
your birthday?
Mine's August.
August what?
18th.
You're almost a Virgo. You're Leo. I'm a September 4th. So question, did your birthday get combined with back to school stuff?
No, when I was a kid, well, I grew up in New York, so school didn't start until like September or after Labor Day up there. So I got to go to school before I turned 5, whatever. I graduated when I was 17. So some people graduate when they're 18. Like if you got the cutoff down here, I think in Florida is like October now. So you can still be whatever until October, and then you can start school. Otherwise, you got to wait till the next year, kind of thing. And I hate to be like over 18 when you're finishing high school, kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. I think it's wait, where in New York? Why do I not know that?
Long Island.
Oh.
Yeah. Came down here when I was like I was from Bayshore, so I came down here when I was like so like halfway out Long Island. So I moved down here from like when I was 11 or 12. I moved to Florida, and that's about it.
Good choice.
Yeah, definitely good choice.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was my parents' choice. They're like, "Well, we're leaving, and you're 9 or 10 or 11, however, so you got to go with us." So when I came down here, and I hated Florida. I just hated it, no matter what. I just did not like it. I want to go back up because I had all my friends, you know, cold weather and all that kind of stuff. So it's all crazy. But now I'm here. Now I'm having a good time and no complaints. Now I enjoy it a lot.
Now you're acclimated. Got it.
Yeah, it's all good. Hope everybody else is doing well. Hope everybody's been crushing February, just like B&B's been doing. What an amazing month it's had so far, especially with the last couple of weeks. Last time I checked, it was 415 million. I mean, sorry, 400. B&B was $415, which means that NFT is $830 worth, which is nice because 239 days ago, your NFT was worth 220. And so that's not too bad at all. BT is going to be coming on here shortly if he's not on yet. So I'm just going to talk for a couple minutes. I don't think I'm going to take any questions, but because I know BT is probably going to give a lot of info about the new stuff going on with the turbine. So I want to give him as much time as possible. So I read something this week. It was like this 3 kind of actual financial words of wisdom from a really very rich person on this planet. And I kind of converted a little bit of it to crypto, but it's almost the same exact thing. So I wanted to kind of read that and give you guys a little more focus, a little perspective, and get you guys concentrated and just knowing what you're doing with your money. So the first thing that they said was that pundits should always be ignored. Always. Especially pundits in crypto. And now you're like, oh, wait a minute, what the heck's a pundit? So pundit, especially in crypto, is usually somebody on social media that gives you YouTube, you know, all these different places where you can find them, where they have followers and stuff like that. It's someone who gives you opinions or advice in a way that sounds intelligent, acting like they're an expert, but reality is they're not even close to being an expert at all. And, you know, case in point, we've seen a few of those happen with our clone projects out there. They put all these awesome sounding, intelligent sounding AMAs out there, and projects just tanked after it because pundits think they know what they're doing, but they kind of don't. And pretty much it's almost like saying, look, it's trying to just understand that should you really even listen to them? It's like somebody talking to you and saying, if somebody could really predict tomorrow's lottery numbers, do you think they would freely share those numbers with you before the drawing even happened? Making, decreasing their share of the winnings? Of course they wouldn't. That's like finding gold and then handing strangers a map to its location. So that's why they always say stop following the pundits, because they sound cool and they may sound real, but most of the time it's not really even happening. So try to ignore them as best you can. I even remember a guy there was this thing I tried to get on a long time ago called Steam It, where you post a lot of articles, sometimes some videos and all that kind of stuff. I guess you can make some money on it or whatever. But there was this guy that would post articles completely on all the stuff he did on social media. And he said how easy it was. He said it's amazingly easy to get people who don't even know him whatsoever to do things with their money. And he would post his wallet on Steam It and show the transactions he made, because he would be talking about the projects, being negative, causing some FUD, and causing a little ripple in ecosystems, and people would sell. And he would just go in there and just start buying. Just because it was all about him, not about telling the truth or not about telling people the real way things are supposed to be going. It was just somebody trying to manipulate things out there. And that's just kind of what some of this advice is trying to say, is to be careful out there, watch who you're listening to, watch who you are taking advice from. And look, the social media people who you take advice from, all the herd out there, who are they? Do you really know them? Are they active on our main chat? Because the people that are active in the main chat, I probably would listen to when it came to some advice. But some of them aren't even in our chat at all, and they have channels out there that are talking about elephant money. I'm like, you're not even in our main chat. You don't even know anything going on. And you definitely know anything going on in the back end. So I don't know if you would like that to happen, but if they're not even in our chats, do you really want to listen to somebody and have you make money moves on your personal funds? I don't think so. It benefits them, not you. So stay away from those social media crypto pundits. The second thing he was saying is, when you find something wonderful, like in crypto, like elephant money, or even something else, be patient. You can take lessons from big companies out there. Some of the most successful companies have had great days in their lifespan and had really bad ones. So for example, like Coca-Cola or American Express, great companies that have had some ups and they've had some downs, especially Coca-Cola. But what you learn is, when you truly find a wonderful project, aka elephant money, stick with it. Patience pays, and one wonderful project can offset the many mediocre decisions that are inevitable out there. The third thing they were talking about is just the market. So let's say the crypto market. It is becoming more and more like a casino out there. Like, projects are popping up left and right. They're offering all these daily temptations. So you can ignore your long-term strategy, and then you quickly turn over your bags. And that's when all the feverish activity starts happening. It brings all the uninformed or ill-intentioned actors out of the woodwork. And at such times like that, whatever foolishness can be marketed will be vigorously marketed. Not by everyone, but by at least someone. So don't fall for the marketing of foolishness, or the scene could turn ugly. The average investor may end up walking away. They can be bewildered. They may be poor. Sometimes they're vengeful, and they get mad because they just ended up making a bad decision. And in turn, that hurts your bag. It keeps that new investor out of crypto. So best thing is to stay focused. Don't ever let someone else make money moves for you. And the only other thing I want to talk about real quick is BT on yet. Let me see if he's made it on. Is a comment, not yet, but he will be on. Is a comment that BlackBerry guy made yesterday. And actually, no, it wasn't BlackBerry guy. It was Greg Schultz. He came in and he posted something, and I was like, you know what? I got to repeat this. So yesterday he made a post in Telegram, and here is his post. Consistent, rapidly deployed innovation is what sets EM apart from the rest of DeFi landscape and makes us a leader in the larger crypto space. Let's keep revolutionizing finance as we know it, and that's it. Those are great words from Greg, because that is what we're doing. Whether it's upgrades or updates or different ways we're doing things, or maybe something like the Venus turbine that we're going to be talking about here soon. always doing whatever it takes to set us apart from everyone else out there, deploying innovation anytime we need to. And that's when you have BT that knows how to do something like that. Some of the people on the back end that know finance like the way they do. You are in that spot right now. Now, you are such on the ground floor. That's why we preach patience. If we were a little further out, we could say some other things about how to react and how to act, but you're such on that ground floor. You just bought that lot of real estate that we are still so far from having that big old mansion built that we got a ways to go. So patience is such a big thing. Oh, and those words I was just telling you about earlier, about the billionaire guy who posted that this week, those are the three things that Warren Buffett told his investors, because they apparently have had a very, very good quarter. And every so often he'll put out there and put some words of wisdom out there of things going on, and whether it's stocks or whatever he likes to be. And look, he hates crypto pretty much, but his words still go through to us as well, because it's not just about the stock market, but it's just pretty much where you're putting your money and how you put your money in things and what you invest in. And those three things he was talking about was true. And it's crazy that it happens in stocks, but also happens in crypto, from the pundits, the people on social media, to all the ones that are just trying to grab you with the daily temptations. It happens all over. And it really happens in crypto, because a lot of people you talk to or you listen to or you research about, you have no clue who they are whatsoever. So always be mindful of what you're doing. Take a step back, focus for a second. Don't make those quick, hasty decisions when you're doing things. Remember, it is your hard-earned money. And most of the time, somebody's trying to get you to do something to benefit them, not to benefit you. I see BT hasn't jumped on yet. So if anybody does want to jump in, feel free to. I thought he'd have been on by now. I was just going to let him take the floor the whole time, because I'm sure you guys are going to have some questions. I'm trying to look at some people here, and maybe I can give out the NFT right away.
Before let's give off the NFT just in case,
Yeah. Josie, when's the last time you picked somebody? How about you pick somebody?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
I'll let you know if they've won or not before, if it's a name I can remember. I should have kept track of all these names, and I don't think I have.
Let me see. What about Fate Master?
Fate Master won or not? I don't think he has. For some reason I thought he did, but I don't think he did.
Fate Master, can you give us a sign?
Yeah, give us a little signal, thumbs up or something, Fate Master.
Come on,
we'll give you. There it is.
I see it.
All right, Fate Master. Send me your wallet address. Say hello to me on here or on Telegram, and we'll hook you up with your $830 NFT. Hopefully you will stake it and make more, and at least wait till the next round before you do anything with it. That is going to be really tempting. Next round, $1,600 NFT for one. That's just depending on where we're at the time. I don't know when we're going to get to that third round. Will it be this year? I kind of I give it over a 50% chance. I don't know when, but I feel it will happen.
I'm just curious what it's. Greg is going through all the emotions right now. I'm seeing on this thing. What's going on?
Who is?
Greg Schultz is going through all of the emotions.
Oh. Yeah, we gave his props to his to his little post he made yesterday. I kind of liked his words of wisdom there. He put on the Telegram. Yeah, they were. I read that. I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome. Where the heck is BT at? He's taking his sweet time, I'll tell you that. Probably ordered Chinese again, waiting for the delivery guy. Anybody else wants to jump in the meantime, feel free.
What about you, Greg? Any more wise words for us?
Yeah.
You want to talk, Greg? Feel free. I'm inviting you to speak.
And if don't forget Nashville coming up at the end of July. And the ongoing joke is we're going to be in Savannah, Georgia for a party, but no, it's Savannah, a party in Nashville. We're just calling the party in Nashville, Savannah. So there he is. There's Greg.
Yeah, thank you for. I appreciate the shout out, Ed. I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold, so I don't know how long, or a chest cold, so I don't know how long I can stay on. But yeah, man, it's I appreciate this DeFi protocol that's designed to actually help us and encourage us to row in the same direction. Because if my main takeaway from the movie Dumb Money was that it really was the coordinated effort that made that that really squeezed the powers that be and helped the little guy win for the first time in freaking forever, right? It really is. It's the organization. It's us all trying to move in one coherent direction that ultimately is the key to our success. And I have to give BT props for designing a system that encourages and rewards that so-called good behavior. So yeah, man, that's what we're all about. I'm looking forward to seeing the details on futures V9. I can speculate about what it's going to be, but it's speculation. You can't really say for sure. I know in the past when I've kind of like tried to think ahead, the details are always a little bit different than what I imagined, and it's because I don't know. In my opinion, BT is a really sophisticated financial mind, and what he ends up with is not exactly what you'd expect. I mean, I like to liken it to watching a chess master, right? If I'm just a novice, they'll make moves that I actually don't even understand, but they kind of come into play 10, 20, 30 moves later, and it's like, oh wow, because you did that one thing that looked like super random 30 moves ago, you're in a fantastic position to win now. And that's usually how it goes with BT, in my opinion, is that I can never predict what he's going to do, and I can't always comprehend exactly where he's going with stuff, but it seems to land better than whatever crap thing I could design, right? So I don't know, man. I'm happy to be part of the community. That's about all I got, man. But
hey, that's good enough, man. I know you weren't prepared for us to bring you on stage real quick, but no, I appreciated those words you put yesterday, and I agree with you. So a lot of people like to have speculation, and they don't get to see we won't post the stuff we're talking about in the admin chat. So we've been talking about the V9, we've been talking about the turbine. So there's been conversations in there where we go over things. And I know I read the main chat, and I know nothing is brought up in the main chat. So you might not see some of the thoughts that we're having or some of the decisions that have already been made or were offered. And then there's times where like BT, like when he came up with this, it's just random. He'll just pop in out of the blue and he'll say, all right, so here's the idea. And I'm like, were you just thinking about this randomly, or have you been thinking about this for a long time? He just pops into the admin chat with all these ideas, and I'm like, it's like nonstop in his head. All he's thinking about is trying to do whatever is best for Elephant. And even when I'm sitting around my house, or maybe one of the admin are, we'll be thinking of things, trying to come up with something, and I won't come up with anything good. So then Mike Dre will pop in and he'll be like, hey, what about this? I'm like, well, how come I didn't think of that? They just know what they're doing, especially with the knowledge they have and all the aspects, not just coding, but finance and just understanding all the marketing and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to see it ahead of time. And then when we bring it up in the chat, we say, hey, you guys give your input a little bit. And then that helps. And then I know some people actually DM probably BT themselves with some more insights to his ideas and their perspective. And I know he does open those and check them out and stuff like that. And I know he goes to Discord and listens to people on the strategy chat and try to see, hey, it takes all the feedback in and what did they think this would happen, what this would happen, and got to run the numbers and all that. But it is crazy that pretty much every time I've thought of something, it wasn't the direction BT was going to go. So yeah, he's definitely ahead of me and most of us when it comes to the things he's going to implement. Where is he anyway? I don't want it to cut us off, so I hope he does come in soon. That was my plan today, that he was going to take over most of it, so I only prepared a little bit of chat. I hope you feel better, Greg, though.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to take it easy.
You been staying home from work and all that?
I will today. You know, sometimes, I don't know, I push myself a little bit too much sometimes. So this is probably my body's way of saying, hey, Greg, time to pump the brakes a bit. But
Yeah. It always needs a little bit of a break, man. Can't hit the gas pedal all day long.
Yeah.
Every day.
True statement.
How you doing in your NFT stack?
Oh my gosh, how many do I have? I think I was up to 27K worth. I forget the exact number, but hey man, the one that I earned in the previous spaces always helps, and that's why it's good to engage in all these spaces, because you never know when you're going to be the winner, right? So
that's right.
Yeah, congrats to the person. I forget who was it that got it this time. Congrats to them.
Fate Master.
Yeah, Fate Master.
Fate Master. All
Fate
right.
Master.
Well, he mastered his fate by investing in elephant money in the first place. So
that's right.
Hats off to you.
Yeah. And I'm just I'm loving B&B's gone up. I mean, I don't plan on putting any of my NFTs in a marketplace for a long time. Most likely won't even be thinking about it for not even round 3. I mean, it's not, for me, this elephant money and NFTs and all is not, my salary. So, this is more of here's some money on the side and building it up to maybe nip at it a little bit one day. But for now, it's just nice to see what's going on. And I don't know which is more tempting to do, or I have not been on that. What's that other thing called that we started up? Tofu Market or Tofu, whatever. I forgot the name of it, where we have some NFTs listed on there too. BT had mentioned it, and I know I've been seeing a lot on the marketplace as well. People are putting stuff on there. It's a little tough to get them all bought, especially when, there's already 5 blues on there. Your blue might not get sold pretty quick. You know what I mean? So
I noticed some black NFTs were going for like 10 BNB a pop. I mean, hey, that's on the Tofu marketplace. I mean, at least when I checked it. But I mean, it just kind of comes to show like the value of, hey, you never know when you're gonna hit the lotto and get some free access to all future elephant money events. You can make a pretty penny off of them.
Especially if we kind of ramp up what the events we're going to be doing and kind of like, make them a little bit more exclusive and a little bit more benefit, and maybe being at the event may reward some people in other ways as well. But we haven't decided anything like that from, hey, if you show up to the NFT exclusive event, maybe one person will win another NFT while you're there, but you can only get in with an NFT no matter what, but it has to be the black one. You never know what kind of marketing we can come up with for the event. So I think if we make them a little more exclusive down the road, when there's a lot out there, then it'll be more in demand, especially for what you might get for being at the event. Let's see. Anybody else want to... BlackBerry guy want to jump in at all? Let's see. Let me see if I can leave a message in the chat for BT in our admin chat and see where the heck he's at, what he's up to. I know so far we were talking, and I believe Native is going to be in. He plans on being in Nashville. Crypto Slow going to be planning on being in Nashville. One of our admin, Lou Dog, will not be. He'll be in Colombia. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I want to go there. Digida is going to be there. They plan on being there. Things can change. But so we have 1, 2, 3, myself, 4, 5 people that are trying to be there. I don't know if Jed has said if he's going to be able to be there or not. I haven't heard from him on that yet. And other admin, I don't know any other admin that might be showing up there for now. So I think it's still going to be a pretty good turnout. I'm pretty sure Moneyman's going to be coming. He's a lot closer to Nashville than I am. So I'm pretty sure he said he's going to be coming to that. So you want to meet one of the biggest whales in elephant money, he'd be there as well. And sorry, everyone. I thought Bank Teller was going to be in a little bit earlier. I know a lot of you probably tuned in to find out more details on this, and luckily it's getting recorded this time. Last time I did not know. I hit the button to record. I mean, not to record. I hit the start the chat, and I didn't see anything right away that said record it, and I didn't. So I missed that Telegram Spaces, or what do you actually want to call it? Whatever Telegram voice chat we had last week instead of Spaces. It was a pretty good one, and I wish I did have it recorded. But then when I hit end, I saw a little button that said you could record, and so I missed it. So blame that one on me. And last week's NFT winner never contacted me, so we may have to move on to saving that for somebody else on another week. They got to put a limit on that. They don't say hey or raise their hand or do anything for you during that time frame. And I know you couldn't do much during the Telegram one. There's no way to do emojis and stuff like that. But I didn't get a response back on my direct messages either. So I'll check again and see. And if not, then we'll just save that NFT and give it away again. So let's see what else is going on here. I saw BT posted something about, he left a voice message about the percent in futures. So I know he's changing it a little bit. But remember, until he actually chisels that thing in stone, everything is still up in the air until it's officially coded and it's launched. I always say, hey, you know what? You can speculate all you want, but we just don't know. Because sometimes I've seen him code stuff, and then he was looking at it during the test phase, and it's like, you know what? I don't know if I like the numbers I'm looking on this one, especially with all the users that are in it. And then we'll go through it again and change a couple things here and there, just a couple tweaks once in a while. So it doesn't always come out the way we think it is. So that's why I always am like, I wish I can give you a time frame on when it's going to be done or when this happens, but we don't like doing that either, because then what happens, the clowns out there like to cause FUD. Well, you said it was going to come out at 11 o'clock on Thursday, and now it's 11:10, so you're a liar. And that's the kind of crap you hear. Those are the pundits out there that I was telling you about earlier. Those are the people you just like, you know what? Go sit in the corner for a little bit and put that cap on. Other than that, let's see. I got nothing else really to say today. Got me caught off guard on that one. Other than it's a nice, beautiful day here in South Florida. I hope this is the kind of weather that they have. I've never been to Nashville my whole life, so now that I'm in country music, I'm going to have to visit it one day when I'm not there for the elephant money thing and have a real good time there. So I'm probably only going to come in for that 25th, 26th, 27th and leave. I'm not going to get there early or not, because that'd take off a lot of work. But would like to see it.
Try to go to the museum, the country, is it the Country Music Museum or the Hall of Fame? I'm trying to remember which one. But there's a museum with a big Johnny Cash exhibit. It's really cool.
Is that right in downtown Nashville, or so far away? Okay.
Yeah, if you're staying downtown, you can pretty much walk everywhere you want to go.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. I'm my job here, my radio station. We're doing our yearly concert that we put on. So we already have I think there's about 12,000 people that are coming. The tickets were sold. So each year we do a show called Rib Roundup, where it's like 10 different of like the best people that know how to make barbecue. And then we have like 3 stages. So this year our headliners, Lainey Wilson, and we got like Nate Smith and Warren Zeiders and a bunch of other people there. So it's like an all day festival. So doing this since like country music version since 2019. So I'm like, all right, one of these days I got to get to Nashville. And then when BT said, hey, we may start our first one up in Nashville, I was like, you know what? I think I need to go check this out and see what I can see in Nashville. Because I know I'm not going to go to I know the BTC conference itself, it is pricey to get into. I don't know if anybody's gone to it before or looked at the tickets, but I think it's quite pricey to get into the actual specific conference. So some of the side things might be a little bit cheaper, and I'm, I know the thing BT's putting on will be obviously a lot less, but like Slow and everyone else, they know a lot of people in crypto, so they'll be actually checking out the stuff that is going on. So while they're doing that, I'll probably venture out through the place in the city and then be around for our meetup. So if anybody is going, I hope to meet you guys, whether you're coming with the black NFT or not. It's going to be pretty cool. Show me your black NFT, and everybody just pulls up their little thing, and it's like a cool little way to get in. That's going to be pretty nice. So other than that, Josie, you going to come to Nashville?
I don't think I can make it. It killed me because I do love Nashville, but I don't think I'm making it, sadly.
All right. Let's see. What else can we chat about today? See if I can pull something up here. See what's going on with our elephant money site. And see. So we all jumped. So yesterday, I guess, BT added something to Elephant of the Pepe stake thing, and Pepe was moving quite a bit on the charts. I don't know what, some whale decided to pump it, or somebody decided to post something, and everybody made a quick buck out of it. And I was just looking at mine and saw that I only put I didn't do a lot. I was like, I don't know about this, and I only put like $100 in. And so now my $100 is at like 300 and something bucks, especially after yesterday. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to get that out of there. But it's on the ETH side. And unfortunately, ETH has always been the worst for having any kind of protocols on it because the fees on there are so high. I don't even know why anybody uses ETH. But it was like 300. No, yeah, for the 300 something bucks I wanted to get out in $20, it was going to cost me like $25 just to claim it. And then probably for me to convert, it was going to cost probably even more to that to get it to over to the BNB side. So I was like, you know what? Let me just let it sit. I don't know if ETH has cheaper prices in the middle of the night or something like that. I tried the MetaMask. I said maybe Rabby is a little cheaper. Nope, that didn't work. So trying to move stuff around in ETH is just not my cup of tea. And that's why I'm glad that, between Bankroll that we started with and Elephant Money, I'm glad we stuck with the places that were cheap transactions. Tron was always a cheap transaction for Bankroll, and BNB has always been pretty cheap too. So no complaints on the gas fees that go on in crypto with those two blockchains whatsoever. But ETH, I don't know, just never been that good thing. Shankar, what's going on, man? How you doing? I know you're probably waiting for BT to be in here, but he hadn't showed up yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's going well, and I thought I'd just give a short testimonial because
Sure.
maybe a lot of people are here to know, well, how is it going for some? I discovered Elephant Money in October last year, specifically through futures. Went in very big, I would say, and I love it. Even with the changes, I am one of those blessed folks who can essentially, if I wanted, I could retire today and have all of my expenses covered with my futures account. So obviously, that requires a lot of trust in this, which I have. Again, the ups and downs are normal, and I consider that a very healthy situation where we have leadership that is interested in being dynamic and in adjusting to the rules, regulations, and markets, even though it can be a little bit of a rough ride. I was new to DeFi, and I think it's very important to understand that it is very different from what we know in traditional finance. I think it cannot be emphasized enough how important community is in this, because it is truly a community bank, as BT likes to say. And that means that as a community, we have to carry this project through its good and more difficult phases. And I have gained so much understanding and knowledge and confidence because of the voices of you all, yours, this space. And then last week I had the privilege to be on the Rugs to Riches show, so I got to meet those folks. And yeah, so definitely I'm going to be in Nashville, and I hope that some of you or a lot of you will make it too, because that is, again, it's the community that carries you through those moments of doubt. And I think we all have those and need some support in that sense every now and then. And, for anyone who wants to connect with me and just have um, that part of the community, please do so. I'm very present on social media. My strongest presence is on LinkedIn. Thank you for everything you do. And again, I think that um, elephant money is the best thing that ever happened to me so far financially. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for those awesome words, man. And looking forward to meeting you in Nashville and hanging out. And like he said, the community is very important, seriously very important when it comes to a lot of things. Not just, we're like a financial cooperative where, we're out there making sure we're each one teaching one, but as a community, as people in the chat rooms as well. We all have our days, no matter what, where we can have a, little attitude towards things, but we all do work together and try to get the best way we can, the information out there in the chat to get people onboarded and all the links they need to learn everything about us, no matter how repetitive it is. Just make sure you're being that smiley face and giving them everything they need, because when they see you doing what you're doing, it encourages them to tell others what you're doing and what they're doing too.
Absolutely. And for keyword onboarding, I've started something that might be a good idea for some of you who feel comfortable with that. But once a month, in my own personal network, I open a Zoom call and then I invite my connections to, and I call it Elephant Money Onboarding, and I just send them an invite. And then I'll just have a short presentation and tell them again about my own experience. I think it's very important to show people, that you walk the talk. And then right then and there on the Zoom call, I will help people buy their first crypto and set up the wallet and make the first deposit into futures or buy the token. If they want to. If not, that's fine as well. Because then the seed is planted, thoughts are starting to form, questions are starting to form, and then over time they'll ask those questions and get good answers and hopefully try it. I definitely encourage people to just try it with a very low conservative amount and then see for themselves, because for a lot of people, seeing is believing, which is of course understandable.
And that, especially now that we have our thing where you can try to win $1,000 for just entering $10, just having a new wallet, that's a really good way to help promote it too. What hurdles have you come across with the new people? Like, not somebody that's already in crypto, but somebody that hasn't been in crypto. What has been like their most popular question? Is it like, what is crypto, or is it, I don't understand it? Or
yeah, it is primarily not being able to wrap their mind around, well, why is there value attached to something that is so abstract? How can that not be a scam, right? And I like that question because I'm actually most passionate about bringing in people who don't even own crypto yet. So it requires and I like to work with analogies, right, where I just explain to people that if you go to a state fair and you buy your coupons at the entrance, then you have effectively trusted value into a red piece of paper, right? So and that is a very easy entry level metaphor that a lot of them understand. And then I tell them, if you walk around in a fair and if you trust all the vendors that they will accept that red piece of paper and it has a certain value, well, then it works, right? So and then a lot of people will say, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And of course, right now Bitcoin is a great example for making non-believers look at the numbers and say, hey, I mean, do you think the institutions are pouring in all of that value because it's not real, right? So, but that's usually it. And then, of course, the next step is just the concept of understanding a wallet and all of that. But that's, of course, the fundamentals of manipulating crypto. So that's very important. Just to maybe get someone to buy, I don't know, $10 worth of a crypto on an exchange and have that sent to a wallet on their phone or whatever. And that is a small feeling of success, and that is a very good exercise to get new people used to crypto. And then, try to not have the change overnight, like not too much change overnight, but just small steps that make them feel like they are in control and they understand.
And I kind of almost think it may be better to get people that are never in crypto than that are already in crypto, because they have not been tainted or anything like that by any rugs or any weird things out there that may have already happened to them, so they don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also, what is your real motivation to come into this? Because what I observe is a lot of crypto knowledgeable people. For them, it's some sort of manipulation or some sort of trading, some sort of magic that they understand will create value. But what is the true utility? What is the true reason why you get into this? If you bring novices to the elephant money ecosystem and they actually treat it as a bank, then there's like very different behavior, and I think it's very healthy behavior for the ecosystem, and it is a connection to the ecosystem out of real world utility, which is store of value and savings, and that is very important for the ecosystem, in my opinion.
Do you find it easier that maybe people that haven't been in crypto, maybe they've only had a 401k, it's easier for them to be in crypto and stay in crypto? Because for 401ks, you're not used to, hey, I'm trying to get a quick buck when this thing pumps, when this thing drops. I'm not looking for a quick buck. They're so used to what the only thing they've ever learned, which is a 401k. I'll touch it in 20 years, maybe longer than that from now. So when you bring them into crypto, it's almost like, hey, you don't have to worry about making them think. They don't get all worried that it's a pump and dump. They just think, hey, I can actually put something in elephant money and keep it in the same amount of time as I was going to keep it in my 401k.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm the best example myself. That's how I came into it, because I saw, oh, this is a better version of a savings account because of differences between traditional finance and decentralized finance. But that's also how I think about it. And it's very important for me that I use the terminology that people use in the traditional finance world to explain these things. I like to talk about annuities and savings accounts and there's things of that nature, about transfers, account transfers, so that you take it seriously and not as some kind of tech game. I'm also onboarding people who truly are in a stage of their life where they see that what they have done so far in terms of savings and preparing for retirement is not enough, and realistically in the traditional world they wouldn't have a chance, right? Now, of course, I always preface it with this clearly being a higher level of risk because of the nature of what it is. But still, I personally think that elephant money is a risk, an acceptable level of high risk, right? So there's people for whom elephant money can be definitely life altering and life changing, where they still have a hope for a retirement where they don't have to keep working full time, and that is, I think, understanding BT and his vision right, that is the true essence behind this, to give that financial freedom and that hope to people, and that is a beautiful thing.
And understanding BT as a person himself, forget about the coder, forget about the finance guy. He's a parent, he's a dad, he's got kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not here to sucker everybody in and take off. He's here because he has a family as well, and he wants to make sure he provides for them, down the road when he's no longer here, or even before that. So he has a goal himself to make sure things are going to be sustainable and good for everybody that's part of the herd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I truly believe that. I mean, nobody, and yes, there's things sometimes that maybe, people like or not like, but no, I will tell you, nobody will take on all that stress and all that pressure, all that public exposure to scrutiny, without really having that core mission, that core why of. And he has that, I do believe that he has the right one there.
And if you ever hear him, get his blood pressure up a little bit, that's mainly for passion of what he does and the hard work he puts into it. It's not that he's pissed off. He's the passion he has for all the stuff he does and all the people that are helping the community in the right way and rowing with us. That's when you see him, really get out there and start saying things that he's like, listen, people, get it together,
Yep. Well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and for those of you who work with, who are maybe entrepreneurial, or strength finders and disc profiles and all of that, that's very real. We just have people who communicate in different levels and modalities, and that's just that, right?
Yeah, and I was really hoping he was going to come on today. I see it's getting a little late for him to even pop in. He's not going to get in and start talking about all that stuff in 10 minutes. So I apologize to everybody that tuned in today. He had said, I'm sure something just came up that was a little pressing, and he'll make up for it somehow, whether it's next week or maybe he's just going to leave you a nice message in Telegram, a voice message, or maybe he'll start another one, a chat where he could take some questions, because I know some people are going to have questions. So there's going to be a point where we have to answer the questions that you're going to have, so you guys can understand everything better. Because even me, the Venus turbine thing, I have zero clue about lending and stuff like that. So I'm still the novice at it. And, some people are going to start asking, hey, is this something noobs can get in, or is this something for an advanced level? And, is this if you've never been in crypto before, should I check this turbine? I just don't want everybody to get all confused and put their money in the wrong spot and not understand it, kind of thing. So he'll be able to answer all that when he does make it on. Shankar, thank you for jumping in, man, and giving us a little chat. It helped the spaces out today quite a bit, so I didn't have to do all the mumble jumble stuff.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
And feel free to drop some posts in the Telegram with some of those words you just said, man. Just a couple sentences or a phrase or a quote here and there in the chat actually helps out when new members are joining, and they get to read stuff like that. Just helps keep them motivated, and anybody out there that has comments or quotes like that to help out. Look, you can schedule your posts in Telegram. You got to hold right with the part when you're typing a post out and you hit send. Just hold your finger down where the send button is, and something will pop up that says schedule your post, and you can actually schedule it. Like if you wanted something to come up in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, the post will actually come up at that time. You pick the time and date for it to post, and you can do a bunch of them. Say you want to do 5 of them throughout the day, you can actually do that on Telegram. Now I have the premium, so I'm not sure if that happens to everybody, but it helps out a lot. So you don't have to pop in all the time and comment. You can do it all in a 10-minute time frame when you're just sitting on the couch, and you can schedule posts throughout the day with links or anything you like to pop up. And it's a really good way to keep the chat moving forward momentum, positive education. Even if you're just popping some random quote in there, say you're just taking the wiki link and putting it in the chat at 2 a.m. Perfect. That's fine. Say, hey, want to learn more about elephant? Here you go. And you can schedule that post for later in the day. And it's you actually helping out, and that's you just doing free marketing for us as well in the chat room, teaching people everything they can learn about elephant money.
Yeah, that's a great reminder. I'll definitely do that. And also sometimes, it's always focused on the same kind of metrics and talks and fears, and like, of course we understand that, but don't forget, everyone is just a human in there, and there's a lot of beginners who will not understand the jargon, and it can be a little bit intimidating. So I like what you say about just posting a quote or maybe something personal. I like to also, in another group on Facebook about elephant money, I like to just say, hey, this is what I bought today with the proceeds of my futures account, and it's really cool. Or this is where I went this weekend with it. So yeah, great reminder.
Yeah, there's so many other ways you can bring up posts. Doesn't have to be just about, like I just said, like Shankar just said, there's so many different angles that you can take our chat room into. Remember, it's not always just about straight education in the chat, but it's also teaching people that have just come in how we are as a community, how we talk to each other about other things besides crypto. You see me post something about where I'm out on the boat, or somebody could be passing something on the street and it says the word elephant on it. It's our life as well. That's why the herd is like the X factor compared to all the other ecosystems out there. The community we have is not like any other out there. And that's how we show it in the chat room, from showing our lifestyle out there and just how the people all around the world are in elephant, and how we've continued to do this for a few years now. Coming up in about 11 days will be my 5th year here with BT. So March 10th is my anniversary of 2019. That's when I started. And so can't wait for that day to pop up a week from Sunday. So it's kind of cool to know I've been here that long and I haven't gone anywhere. And do I get rid of my bags? Do I sell when I see a video? Nope. But I sure buy when you guys sell. And I keep accumulating. I keep DCAing. I keep my TVL locked. And I keep growing my bag. So down the road, you may see me on one of those boats I show you every day. And I'll be like, hey, this is what happened when you rode with us. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other people with boats right next to me too. Since we are coming down to the end, I'm going to wrap it up now before it wraps it up for me. Thank you, Shankar, for coming in. Thank you, Greg, for coming in. And we'll go on the back end and yell at BT and say, where were you, buddy? But we'll get you all those details. BT will get you everything you need to know about everything coming up. And that's about it. Josie, I hope you have a good weekend. And I'll see you in March, maybe.
Fingers crossed. But either
all
way,
right.
Hope you have a great time.
I will try my best. All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.